Hey everyone, welcome back. Warframe is a game about space ninjas. Then again, for many years now, we've been anything but. No stealthy, no sneaky. Every frame released in the past several years have been sure to make themselves as loud and present as possible. Portable turrets and guns, flashy and destructive rainbow gems, pouncing on enemies with sheer strength, and even flinging void shenanigans. Perhaps the closest we got was Varuna, but it's been a long while since we've had a proper stealth frame, but even longer since we've had an actual ninja frame. So I thought, why not return to our roots? Today's build is all about old school Warframe and being as space ninja as possible. This is an updated Rhino Shuriken meme build. This particular project was shelved for several months because there was always one very big problem about Shuriken. It was a single or double target ability. This meant that no matter how strong I made it, it still suffered KPM issues. Two things have let us solve this somewhat. One is obvious and has been around for a while. This is the Mecha Set. Since Shuriken force proc slash on everything it hits, then this slash proc gets passed on if you kill the marked targets to all enemies within 30 meters. On the other hand, this still means Shuriken is slow when mecha marks are not available, since even a full set bonus only spawns them once every 15 seconds. That's where the Archon Shards system comes in. Veilbreaker from last year has finally allowed this Rhino to shine. Granted, this setup still seems to cap out at around 90 kpm, so life support towers are still occasionally required. Also, knowing good open tiles and hallways to camp helps wonders, so it might take a bit of practice. Also, no, this is not a good way to kill acolytes. Bring a proper weapon for them. But hey, now you can be the most Warframe space ninja of all time. This Rhino has 5 Amber Archon Shards, 2 of them being Tau, so I have plus 150% casting speed on this Rhino, which means I can spam Shuriken much faster. This also means I burn energy faster. In a 10-minute run, I had about 1,350 ability casts. This means I was casting at least 2 Shuriken throws per second overall, and to combat this, Zenurik is now a real option. Wellspring restores 5 energy per second for 30 seconds, and works so long as you're not using a channeled ability. But if energy isn't a problem, you can stick to good old Madurai for another plus 50% casting speed and plus 40% strength, which is handy for both Roar, which double dips the slash procs from Shuriken and Shuriken's damage itself. Basically, strength triple dips here today on Shuriken's scaling. Finally, Shuriken is considered a weapon. This means it is buffed by Arcane Arachne and Vigorous Swamp for plus 315% universal base damage, or doing roughly 4.15 times higher damage than normal. We are not taking Arachne today, because Molt Augmented, while requiring 250 kills to fully stack, is significantly stronger than Arachne here. Strength triple dips on today's build. Vig Swap activates every time you change weapons, so the easiest way to activate this is to just swap to pistol. Throw a few shurikens, swing your melee, throw a few shuriken, then shoot to pull out your pistol again, etc. And this means you're now able to shove a superpowered shuriken slash procs into mecha targets to nuke everything around you. Otherwise, enjoy that plus 200% casting speed Shuriken spam. This Rhino build only has minor updates compared to the original meme outside of the 5x Amber Shards. As always, a full Mecha Set bonus is important to cut down on how long it takes for a new mecha mark to appear. 15 seconds. It also ensures we get maximum transfer radius of the slash dots out to a 30 meter radius. Beyond that, we need to make sure we have 175 efficiency, since we're literally spamming shurikens constantly. Some duration is also desired, so that our roar lasts a decent amount of time, at least 30 seconds. Range is a dump stat on this build, so narrow-minded is fine. Iron Skin can help, but don't expect it to last forever. This meme technically scales, since it's all slash procs and slash transfer via Mecha Set, but I only really recommend using this build for the funsies rather than any kind of serious approach. The most important part about using this Rhino is that you do not want to give yourself carpal tunnel, so I suggest changing the keybinding inputs for casting your 4th ability to scrolling down as the alternate keybind, and this lets you throw multiple shuriken per scroll while preserving your finger's lifespan, or whatever else you please, but please don't leave it on the default 4 key if you're using this. At 155 strength without Madurai, using a fully stacked augmented will increase your damage to about 1.896 times. If you take Madurai, then augmented only buffs you to 1.735 times. But using Arachne instead of Molt Augmented would have only buffed you to 1.566 times. So Augmented is always better, and even if you take Zenurik over Madurai to give you the option to drop Prime Flow for Umbral Intensify, do keep in mind this means you are dropping that plus 50% casting speed that Power Transfer would normally grant you. I would suggest bringing an Epitaph to crowd control and spreading Viral and Cold to boost your damage. Augremons are nice for shield gate, but since you should have Iron Skin up at all times, and you're literally always parkouring so you can hit new enemies with Shuriken, since their tracking sucks, then it's not too important. Do remember to bring a weapon for Acolytes though. For example, a Bramma like this. Corrosive damage is all you need and they will fall over easily. The companion today, of course, has to be a Kubrow, otherwise you would not be able to use the full Mecha Set. I'm just using my Vizier Predazite that I have from back in Orphix Venom 2 years ago, but it's not too important. Rather, this build for survivability and utility is what matters. Synth Set for equilibrium, so that I can still pick up health orbs even at full HP to turn into energy. Mecha Set nukes count as pet assist, so it should be very easy to trigger Synth Deconstruct for more health orb drops. Radar is obvious to know where to be for best enemy density, and then you have Link Armor and Health since you need to manually revive Kubrows, so, well, preventing their deaths is more convenient. And Vacuum. Pack Leader is handy to heal your pet in a pinch if you throw your glaive. The other Mechamons do not have useful primary effects, so you can leave them unranked. How to use? All you do is parkour all over the place and scroll down on your mouse wheel to cast Shuriken. If you see a mecha mark, spam your Shuriken into it to spread Giga Bleeds and kill everything within 30 meters. It's super simple, super funny, and super impractical, but again, it does cap out at around 90 kpm, so you will need the occasional life support tower and it does work okay. But now you can be the greatest space ninjas that you could always be. Also, if you want a better version of this, which turns into a proper AoE tool, just put Shuriken on Kullervo and spam it into the cursed target. Of course, anything works on cursed though, so this is probably one of the worst options. Since you don't have roll for triple dip on Kullervo, you'd want to use Arcane Arachne together with Vigorous Swap this time. But then you lose the OG flair of using Rhino and the tools of a bygone era. Cheers. If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 79.5% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out always as soon as possible, like I've been doing with Duviri. Stick around if you want to see interesting memes and builds on a nearly daily basis. You don't miss out on any of that, do you? That'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time.